So in order to have the robot not cost like hundreds of thousands of dollars, in order to make it cost like $10,000 or $20,000.
There's a quiet revolution brewing, not in a factory, not on Wall Street, but in Tesla's labs. And no, it's not another car. It's something far more personal. A humanoid robot named Optimus. You've probably seen it on stage. Walking, picking up boxes, moving with awkward grace. But what most people don't realize is this robot is more than a PR stunt. It's Elon Musk's next master plan to change the world again. And like all things Tesla, it starts expensive, sounds impossible, and ends up everywhere. Optimus is designed to be a general-purpose robot, meaning it can work in a warehouse during the day and help fold your laundry at night. And while that might sound like sci-fi, the bigger story is about price. Because Musk isn't just trying to make a humanoid robot, he's trying to make it affordable. Mass market. As common as a smartphone. That raises the question, how does Tesla plan to sell a robot, something that normally costs upwards of $100,000, for just $20,000 or even less? To answer that, we have to look at Tesla's history. When the company released its first car, the Roadster, it was a luxury item. Fast. But it wasn't built to scale. The Model S came next, still high-end, but more practical. Then came the Model 3. And suddenly, electric vehicles weren't just for the rich, they were for everyone. Tesla is using that same roadmap for robots. Start with a premium product, limit production, refine it through real-world use, and then slowly drive the price down. In the case of Optimus, Tesla doesn't want to flood the market right away. They need time to perfect the design, test the software, and build out their production line. A high price filters out casual buyers and ensures the first customers are serious, likely enterprise partners in industries like logistics, warehousing, or manufacturing. Think of it like a soft launch, where Tesla learns from the field before going global. Behind the scenes, Tesla is already assembling the first batch, about 10,000 units, at one of its US factories. These early robots will be the start of what Elon Musk calls the learning curve. The more robots Tesla builds, the better it gets at making them. Production becomes faster, smoother, and cheaper. This is the same strategy that allowed Tesla to reduce battery costs over time, dropping from $150 per kilowatt-hour to under $100 in just a few years. But it's not just about building more. It's about building smarter. Tesla's ultimate goal is to create a closed-loop system where robots help build other robots. Musk has openly talked about this. Imagine a factory where Optimus inspects components, moves parts, packages boxes, and supports human workers in assembling the next generation of bots. That's not science fiction, that's the vision. And once robots build robots, the entire cost structure changes. Human labor is one of the most expensive parts of manufacturing. Reduce that, and prices fall rapidly. In time, what once cost $60,000 could drop to $30,000. Then $20,000. Maybe even lower. But Tesla isn't just depending on automation to bring costs down. They have another massive advantage, their existing tech ecosystem. Tesla has spent years developing electric motors, batteries, AI chips, vision systems, and power control software for their vehicles. They don't have to reinvent the wheel, they just have to repurpose it. Everything from the battery architecture used in the Model Y to the self-driving software in their cars can be adapted for Optimus. And that brings us to something Tesla is uniquely good at: design simplicity. Optimus isn't built to look intimidating or futuristic. It's slim, lightweight, and relatively minimal. The latest version weighs around 110 pounds, about half of what Boston Dynamics Atlas weighs. That matters. Lighter weight means smaller batteries, less wear and tear on joints, and fewer moving parts. And fewer parts mean faster production, less maintenance, and lower cost. Tesla's design philosophy is famously minimal. Elon once said, "The best part is no part." The fewer components in a system, the less likely something goes wrong. That mindset is all over Optimus. And it's why Tesla can iterate faster and scale more effectively than its competitors. Now, let's talk about the future versions of Optimus, because Tesla probably won't stop at just one model. They're likely to follow a tiered approach, building robots for different users and budgets. The first is Optimus Pro, designed for factories and industrial use. This version might have stronger arms, longer battery life, and more rugged materials. It could lift heavy loads, work 8-hour shifts, and replace repetitive human labor on the assembly line. The cost? Somewhere between $60,000 and $75,000. But for businesses, that's still cheaper than hiring multiple full-time employees. Next, there's Optimus Lite. This version would be aimed at middle-class households. It doesn't need to lift steel beams, just bring you a drink, tidy up a room, or help someone with limited mobility. By stripping out the heavy-duty hardware, Tesla could reduce the cost dramatically, down to $15,000 or even less with a subscription model. Leasing an Optimus Lite could cost about $300 a month, about what some people pay for a smartphone or car payment. And then there's a version that could change the world, Optimus Care. As populations age and caregiver shortages increase, there's a growing need for supportive technologies in healthcare. Optimus Care could be a breakthrough. Equipped with medical sensors, soft-touch actuators, and voice-controlled interactions, it could help in nursing homes or private residences. Monitoring for falls. Alerting emergency services. Providing physical assistance. All for a projected price of $25,000 to $30,000, far cheaper than live-in care in many US states. All three versions would share the same basic platform. That's a big deal. It means Tesla can use the same production line to build different models just by changing a few parts or uploading different software. This modular approach reduces costs, simplifies logistics, and makes upgrades easier. It's the same idea that made Apple successful, one ecosystem powering many products. Tesla is applying that philosophy to robots. Now, while the $20,000 price tag grabs headlines, that number isn't really about the first version. It's about the endgame. Just like how the first Tesla cars cost over $80,000 and now we're seeing models under $30,000, Optimus is expected to follow that same curve. Tesla's plan is to reduce costs slowly as they ramp up production, improve efficiency, and gain market insight. But the pricing strategy isn't just about cost, it's about positioning. By launching high, Tesla creates a premium perception. It avoids being seen as a cheap gadget. Instead, it becomes something aspirational, an advanced tool reserved for early adopters and cutting-edge industries. That perception builds hype. And once the product is proven, Tesla can ride the wave of trust to scale. There's also a financial reality here. Tesla has invested millions into developing this robot. Years of AI research, hardware design, software engineering, and in-house tooling. Early sales at higher prices help recoup some of those costs and give Tesla room to improve future versions without burning cash. And there's one more piece to this puzzle, leasing. Tesla may not rely solely on selling robots up front. Instead, they could offer monthly plans, much like their car subscriptions. That would open the door for schools, small clinics, families, and startups to adopt Optimus without paying tens of thousands up front. Over time, this recurring model could generate consistent revenue while expanding access. In the end, this is more than just a new product. It's a new kind of workforce, a new kind of helper, a new kind of companion. Tesla isn't just betting on AI or robotics, they're betting on the idea that robots can and should be accessible to everyone. Whether that happens in 2 years or 10, the direction is clear. Optimus isn't a gimmick. It's not a stunt. It's the foundation of something bigger, a future where automation moves beyond factories and becomes part of everyday life. In homes, hospitals, offices, and maybe even schools. And if Tesla pulls it off, this might be their most important product yet. If you're excited about the future of robotics and want to follow this story as it unfolds, hit the subscribe button. Drop a comment and let us know, what would you do if you had a Tesla robot in your home? Thanks for watching and we'll catch you in the next one.